Hi. Welcome to today's video. American gospel singer and minister Donnie McClurkin has won 3 Grammy Awards, 10 Stellar Awards, 2 BET Awards, 2 Soul Train Awards, 1 Dove Award and 1 N.A.A.C.P Image Awards. He is one of the top-selling gospel music artists, selling over 10 million albums worldwide. He is the founder and leader of the fast-growing Perfecting Faith Church in Freeport, New York. At the age of 8, he was hurled into confusion by a rape violation. This introduced him to adult sexualities, issues and perversions far beyond his age and definitely beyond his ability to escape without damage, Charisma magazine reported. On June 6, 1968, a tragedy struck his family that would change their lives. While playing in the yard with his 6 siblings, he was supposed to be watching over his 2-year-old brother, Thomas, but he left him in the unaided yard to cross the street to retrieve a ball. Unknown to him at the time, his brother was following him. Watching from the living room window, his mother screamed for him to get the baby, but when he turned around he saw his baby brother hit down by a speeding car. He was killed with his mother helplessly watching from the window. His mother got to him just in time to hear his last word, "Mommy." His mother was devastated after seeing that tragic event in front of their home, and had to get away. After a few nights at his grandmother's house, his parents sent all children home to be cared for by their uncle Clarence. Unknown to them was that this uncle was a pedophile. That night Donnie was sexually abused and raped by this uncle, and it caused great hurt and confusion in his life for many years to follow. A seed of homosexuality had been planted in his life that he would struggle with for many years. Donnie received Jesus a year after the rape at the age of 9, but the struggle was just starting. He had feelings and thoughts that he knew weren't right. He had compelling desires that made it difficult to interact with his male best friends or any males at all. Attractions started to develop that were seemingly beyond his control. His mind was in daily turmoil in school, in church, at home, at play, alone or with a crowd. Watching television was tempting and lust-provoking, and the sexual innuendo in music only made things worse. His only relief from the turmoil was church. There he could escape the thoughts and feelings, and hear stories of how the power of God changed others' lives. It was another world where he was at peace and felt he belonged. His escape was music. He had just started playing the piano at age 11, and was consumed with gospel music. He didn't sing that well, but loved to sing. He would listen for hours to Andrea Crouch and the Disciples and fantasize about singing in the group. Church and music allowed him to escape his issues. Church was a safe haven that seemed to remove him from the grasp of the temptation, but only temporarily. Donnie was 13 when he was sexually molested again by his uncle's son, Clarence Jr. He was devastated and threatened not to tell, and thus he remained silent for years. The only place for him to express himself without total fear was in church. But it wasn't long before he discovered that there were many more in the church with these problems who wanted to be free but had to remain silent because this was a taboo issue. They came to church week after week, looking and yearning for deliverance from this desire. They, like himself, were thrust into this before they had a choice in the matter by someone who took advantage of them. Instead of finding a mentor, he discovered that there were vultures also in the church, men who would soon attempt to take advantage of a broken boy and his confusion. His world of security was invaded when other broken men, in need of healing, revealed their secret lifestyles and introduced him to a deceptive underworld in the church. Singing on Sundays after weekend rendezvous was normal. Seeing other Christians in compromising places, yet faithfully, hypocritically and deceptively at their posts in church as though nothing was wrong was typical. Those involved became bilingual because this lifestyle had its own language. They would converse one way with people in general and a completely different way with the members of their secret inner circle. In spite of all of this, his love for Christ continued to grow. And in that growth God sent people to his rescue to help with his deliverance. Ironically, it wasn't the men of the church who helped mold his masculinity. It was the sisters and mothers of the church who became active in breaking this curse. Although these older mothers did not know exactly what he struggled with, the Holy Spirit revealed to them that there was a struggle. He began to pray daily, especially when the lust would stir up. Even though the struggle continued, he found that the more he engrossed himself in the study of the scriptures and used those verses during his temptation, he began to win the battle. A friendship with the Warner Alliance executive resulted in his signing to the label for his 1996 self-titled LP, with producers Bill Maxwell, Mark Kael of Take-Six, Cedric and Victor Caldwell plus Andrea Crouch, Wikipedia reported. The disc, which featured the perennially popular Stand, went gold shortly after being publicly lauded by Oprah Winfrey. At the 48th Annual Grammy Awards, he won in the category Traditional Soul Gospel Album, for psalms, hymns and spiritual songs. McClurkin is best known for his hit songs Stand and We Fall Down, which were played in heavy rotation on both gospel and urban radio. His 3 solo albums have topped the Billboard charts. McClurkin's love for people and desire to share gospel music, globally, is the reason he includes a language medley, Japanese, Russian, Spanish, and Dutch in most live performances. Thank you for watching.